Hello, people of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. This is your pastor with this week's installment of Flock Notes. And I want to address something right away here in the beginning. But before I do, as I always say, let us be attentive to the ads below me and keep our eyes and ears open to the bulletin and to the announcements at Mass so we can all see what's going on here at OLPH and we can plug into where God is calling us to serve. And so, what I wanted to address, I'll get to the readings that we're going to hear this Sunday or something in the Mass that we're going to hear this Sunday. But it's with a bit of sadness that I bring this news. And the news I bring is that, well, one of the promises we make when we are ordained is the bishop asks us, do you promise to be obedient to me and to my successors? And we answer yes. If we answer no, we are not ordained. But anyhow, it's with that this July 1st I have a new assignment, which will be up at St. Thomas More in the Oceanside Vista area. And it'll be 6 years at that point when I move that I've been here at OLPH. And we've come a long way here in the 6 years that I've been here. I remember when I first got here, it was under all the COVID restrictions. And so we were having Mass outside. I can remember distinctly my first Christmas here was outside. And of course the platform is still where it was before. And so anywho, I'm a bit heavy-hearted that because this community of OLPH has been wonderful here, and I have a lot of people to thank who I will thank when I see them, because I want to do as much face-to-face with people than just over the airwaves. And so that this is where I stand. And so the one thing with the obedience part of that, I've always said it's easy to be obedient with the things we want to do or that we agree with, but it's where obedience really comes in is, will we be obedient when we have questions about the decision? And so I will say this, though, that if I had to move, St. Thomas More would be a good place, because there are other places where I probably wouldn't fit in. I probably wouldn't be an effective person at that place. But I'm actually, being that the move has been made, the decision's been made, I'm actually kind of looking forward to starting anew again at St. Thomas More. But it's like I said, it's with great sadness that I will be leaving OLPH. But that doesn't happen until the end of June. And so we have nearly 5 months to go on with business as usual, because we're looking at Lent just around the corner. We're looking at Easter time and all the celebrations for the Easter Vigil, for Easter Sunday, all that good stuff. And then, of course, I got one thing I did not want to do. There was other things with my move that I'm like, oh, really? One of those things is packing up all the stuff that I have. Being after the 4 years when I was in seminary, every year I had to pack up stuff. And then OLPH has been my third assignment since I've been in this diocese. So I've had to move my stuff 3 times while I'm here. And so it's been, like I said, almost 6 years since I've had to move stuff, which is good. But once again, I'm looking at the book when I was sitting at home. I'm looking around the living room. There's the bookshelf that's in the living room. I'm thinking, I don't want to pack up all these books again. I don't want to move this. I don't want to do that. But this is the life that I chose. This is the life I was called to as a priest. And so this is that's what's coming down the pike. So I will make announcements at Mass as well for those who do not get the flock notes for whatever reason. And so I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it's been looming over in the air, but now that because there was still a small chance that that move may not be complete, but I got the call from the bishop saying, yes, we've made our decision, we're moving you on. And so that's where we stand. With that, though, I wanted to also talk about what we're going to hear in Mass this coming Sunday. And so one of the things that I think is very poignant to my situation at hand of moving on and our situation of me moving on, I'm looking at the collect, the opening prayer of the Mass. It says, "Keep your family safe, O Lord, with unfailing care. They're relying solely on the hope of heavenly grace. They may be defended always by your protection." And that's my prayer for the OLPH family, that they will always be kept safe by the Lord's protection, and they will always seek the Lord in all that they do. And with that, I want to say I hope you all have had a great week, and I hope to see you all in Mass on Sunday.